We know that because of the pollution in our environment, the oxygen level in our air is dropping on a yearly basis. If we think about it, the main sources of oxygen in nature is trees. And because of deforestation, the trees are cut down at such a rate that the quality of the ozone in the air is actually falling year on year on year. So if we don't have sufficient oxygen in our air, our bodies currently can't function at optimum level.
The best way is to basically get the ozone through your skin and in the bath and breathe it into your lungs. Once the ozone is in the lungs, it then binds to the red blood cells. Now if I take you to this picture, red blood cell, this is how a red blood cell looks like. All these little bubbles are your red blood cells, and the function of the red blood cells, they carry oxygen into the body. So your O3 can also bind to the red blood cell, and then it takes it into the body. With this picture, it clearly indicates that your red blood cells are clotting, and the reason they clot, the medical term for that is rouleau formation, is due to fibrinogen. You can see all these little fibers, we call that fibrinogen, and all these little dots is toxins, bacteria. If you look at the whole body terrain here, it shows inflammation, it shows infection. Right, now the function of oxygen. In practice, when we apply oxygen, you will find then after 10 minutes, and this is how quickly it happens, after 10 minutes it actually clears up the blood, killing harmful bacteria, binding to toxins, eliminating the toxins from the body. So ozone is an excellent clearer, detoxifier, bind to a lot of rubbish in the body and move it out. So it actually helps to detoxify the glands, detoxify the liver, and then we bring extra oxygen into the body, and where we need the extra oxygen is in the brain. So again, if we look at a picture like this, you will find that white blood cells will be lifeless and actually ineffective, which leads to chronic inflammation, your arthritis kind of diseases, chronic illness. People will always be ill, sick. From flu, they will use this antibiotic, a second or a third antibiotic, and will still be sick because the body terrain lacks of oxygen. And if you really want to get a patient up and going quickly, ozone is your route. The results that we've seen is huge. First of all, the chronic inflammation. If you look at diseases which is in chronic inflammation, like chronic bronchitis or asthma, emphysema, those are the kind of diseases that benefits actually the most by ozone, because you breathe it in, it goes directly to the lungs, and it helps them with that inflammation. Sinus, help clearing up sinuses. The ozone goes directly into the sinus, start sterilizing the sinuses, killing bacteria, harmful bacteria that's in the sinus, and stop the spreading of disease. You also see it very effectively in skin-related diseases. The ozone is on the skin, and it kills off a bacterial infection or a fungal infection. So you see immediate change in the skin and respiratory infections. Those are mainly the diseases that you can experience first-hand changes quickly. And even so, if you can bubble some more ozone through your drinking water, you double.
Well documented in several hundred medical studies as a useful therapeutic medium in many diseases, and there are many scientific publications that have validated the use of ozone. As is the case with drugs, ozone is a pharmaceutical substance with an exactly defined molecule and a clearly defined range of indications. Ozone has substantial medical benefits, and the effects of ozone is quite well documented. Ozone has a significant effect in stimulating the immune system, in enhancing the circulatory system, in upregulating the antioxidant system, and facilitating efficient oxygen utilization, which results in more improved energy production. The effect of ozone in the body is largely mediated by ozonoids, which are substances that are produced when ozone reacts with amino acids and lipids in the blood. These ozonoids stimulate the production of cytokines, which are modulators of the immune system. The ozonoids also facilitate the release of oxygen from red blood cells. This results in increased oxygenation of tissues. The ozonoids also improve the viscosity of the blood, making the blood more fluid and improving the flow characteristics of the blood, which significantly impacts on improving circulation.
A demonstration here to show the effectiveness of ozone inside the human body. What I have over here is medical oxygen. It's 99,976O2 from Afrox. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be feeding the oxygen through an ozone generator. And what we do is we turn on the oxygen over here. Now, if I touch this to my skin, there's no effect. Touch it to the latex glove, no effect whatsoever. However, if I turn on the ozone generator, you can see, if I touch it to my skin, there's no effect. If I touch it to the latex glove, you can see that immediately it disintegrates the glove. So over here, we have neutral tissue. Skin is neutrally charged, there'll be no effect whatsoever. However, if I touch it to the latex glove, you can see that it literally disintegrates the glove. This demonstrates the power of ozone inside the human body. You can imagine having this coursing through your veins. And of course, the blood flows through all the organs in the body. So you can imagine the power of this at destroying germs, viruses, bacteria, and microorganisms. It's very, very effective.